Hey man, can I just sleep in your
Just
spare
crash
bed?
over here.
Hi guys, and welcome to our channel. This is Alice, I'm Kai, and together we're the Alakai Project. Today we're going to be looking at a video about the top 10 places to visit in Europe.
Yep.
It's a video by Honest Guide. We're not really sure what to expect, so
Yeah, we obviously know a little bit about Europe and we have an idea of what our 10 best places would be. But it'll be interesting to see what the actual or what their
I think it'd
opinion
be
of
interesting
it
to
is.
see if there's any hidden gems, anything we don't really know about, or
or
if
we
it's
haven't
just the
really
mainstream
thought of.
places. And
Yeah.
but yeah, let's dive right in and see what's what.
Yeah, let's do it.
There we go.
By far my favorite spot for vacation. Even Top Gear doesn't know about this, and you have to see this for yourself. Hey, we're the Honest Guides of Prague, and our job is to guide you around our lovely city when you come here for vacation. But here's the question.
We need to do a video on Prague at some
for
point.
vacation?
Yes.
Well, today we're gonna show you. The list is in no specific order, no specific importance. It's simply places we love to go to for vacation. And we're starting off with Denmark, Copenhagen.
Ooh,
and
Denmark.
not the city, but a bath very close to it.
What?
The sea bath Kastrup is a place I discovered only thanks to my friend architect Adam.
Never heard of
We
it.
were making a show together about interesting
This looks
spots in Europe
interesting.
in terms of architecture, and I could never believe that such a simple place, simple addition to the sea can be so amazing. And I really fell in love with the spot. It's basically just a simple pier that goes into the sea and then sort of turns around, giving you the options to sit, walk, lay down, or jump into the water. And
Pretty cool. It's
it
got
not
like
only
diving
looks
bits.
good,
Yeah.
but it serves its purpose so people can go swim. And we're sitting here by the river, and back in the days, it was normal that people would swim in the river in Prague because there were different baths around.
Wow, busy.
And
Lots of
long
people.
gone. So I hope one day someone will come and build something like they have in Copenhagen here. The place is super easy to visit if you happen to be in Copenhagen. You just sit on a bicycle that you'll find anywhere around and you ride it to the bath. It takes about 20 minutes. Number 2 on my list is a country that I probably share with the most Czechs because a lot of us go there for vacation. And the country is Croatia.
Croatia. I had a
I've heard good
feeling.
things about
But I'm not
Yeah.
going to tell you just go to Croatia. I'm going to give you a specific
Why not?
location that I've been going to since I was a
Okay.
kid because my parents would take me there. And
I'm
that's
gonna
the
say Split.
island of Cres. It is the closest island to our country if we drive there. So you go to a city called Rijeka, and from there you take a ferry to Cres.
That's lovely.
It only
Nice
takes
boat.
around 10 hours, so it is a doable trip in one day. Now, in general, Croatia offers beautiful beaches,
that's
that you can see through, and also magical cities. And I think a lot of it is on the island of Cres, minus the people in most places. I mean, there are beaches that are packed, but if you go for a little hike, about an
that's
hour,
nice.
suddenly you appear on a beach
look at
where
that.
there's nobody
Yeah,
and
beach
you
to
that looks
yourself.
lovely.
yourself. So that's something I really like. And we
Nice.
used to do that as kids with my parents. They would put us on a little boat with a tiny little engine and would go for an hour to finally arrive on a beach where we would spend the entire day. Now, when I go
Nice.
there now, since I'm more of an adult, I also admire the tiny little city of Cres that has a lot
that's so
from Italy
pretty.
in it. Because this place is very close to Italy, the influence is quite visible. I hope you will have a chance to discover the
It's
island
lovely,
of
actually.
Cres. And by the way, if you happen to be in Prague, there is actually a special overnight summer train that goes from Prague to Rijeka, and from Rijeka you just take a ferry and you're there. It's worth the trip. Next
Nice.
up is
Pretty cool.
Banat. What the hell is Banat? Well, it's a
Exactly
place
that.
in Romania. It's an area with many villages.
Okay, so you know about this one?
Yeah, I know Banat. The way he
you
said
do?
it, I thought with the accent, I thought it was another place.
Okay,
It's just
I thought
Banat.
we caught you off guard
Where
there.
people
No.
actually speak Czech, which is very special to us.
I didn't know
We
that.
actually do have a video on our channel that is explaining how come there are Czech people living in Romania and how come they still speak Czech, so you can check out that video. But why do I go there? Well, I discovered the place because I was filming a show there that was explaining the story that I just told you for a TV I used to work for. And since then, I've been coming back every year. The first year I came back with my friends, then with my girlfriend, then by myself, and so on and so on. Not only you can drive there, it takes a full day. It's more than 1,000 kilometers. You'll drive through some interesting countries. But in the
drive
summer,
through
you can also
Hungary.
take a special
really?
Yeah.
direct train from Prague that leaves from that station, and it goes all the way to the area of Banat, because my friends actually do a music festival there for 5 days at the end of August. So you can buy a ticket for that and ride on the train.
Nice.
It is a once-in-a-lifetime experience you shouldn't miss. I did it once, and that was enough for me on the train. As I said, there are many villages in the area. You can easily travel through all of them, but my favorite is Rovensko. It is high up in the hills, and you can really experience the area there for yourself. Where to accommodate yourself, probably won't find anything on hotels.com or booking.com, but you don't need to bring a tent. You can simply ring one of the bells or wait in the local pub and ask locals if you can stay with them. And that's how it works there. For 30 euros or 25 euros a night, they will make you dinner, breakfast, and you'll sleep in one of the lovely rooms.
So
Why have we not utilised this?
Yeah, I don't
when
know.
we go to Romania? Let's just
We
knock on some guy's door. Hey man, can I just sleep in your spare
crash
bed?
over here.
Here's 20 euros.
They'll probably have amazing food as well if they
Well,
cook
it's homemade,
it.
isn't it, as
Homemade
well?
and local.
Oh, my bad. I'm kicking the table here. Whoops. Yeah, I mean, even from the spread on the screen, like, looks like
Oh,
you
them
got some
sausages
meat
look
there.
really
Oh,
good.
that's not meat,
The
is it?
sausages,
Sausages.
yeah.
Is that
It's polenta?
Yeah, I want
Yeah, I
some
think
polenta,
so.
some bread.
Nice.
I guess. Yeah. Interesting idea, though. Maybe we'll try that next time. Maybe.
There might be a language
like my home
barrier, but
comfort,
I'm
so.
sure you'll be able to get yourself around, and it may be something you will only experience
Is that the
there.
Palinka, or obviously there's their
Palinka.
version of it. It's probably a bit different. Maybe they kept it Czech.
It's really something. Next up, London. Now, what's my relationship with London? My nephew was actually born there because my sister studied there for a while, so I used to visit a lot. So I'm not going to give you a tip, go to London, but I'll give you a specific place that she showed me. So whenever I go back, I always go there for a full-size English breakfast, which is the Premises Cafe. It is attached to a recording studio, so the walls are covered with pictures of famous or non-famous musicians.
Where is it? Where in
like
London?
Kate Nash, absolutely love her. And from there, you can walk to the famous Brick Lane Market.
Oh, okay.
And actually, it was already featured on one of our episodes when we were comparing street food prices in Prague and in London. So I went to Brick Lane and I filmed some stands to show that food is sometimes cheaper in London than in Prague.
Pets aren't just
no,
part
not
of
again.
our story.
These
Our
adverts.
bedtime guardians, our personal trainers.
We will get premium eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Even doesn't know about it, and I have no idea what's it called, but I'll give you GPS coordinates below the video. And it is this road. I found it by accident. I was driving my little Miata through the Balkans on one of my road trips, and I was like, yeah, let's go on this road. And I'm driving all by myself, you know, listening to music, and suddenly I saw this.
So he's in.
Wow, how is this here? And it's not like a top one road in the world to see, which, for example, that famous road that was
this is the Romanian
when
one.
I visited, I was basically just stuck in traffic jam, and it was horrible. Not the case of this road in Albania. So if you happen to drive there,
Albania, he said.
find this road and take a nice picture. There's one other recommendation I have for the area.
That is
and
high.
that is to
Is that one
stay
from the
at
road?
the
That's from the
hotel,
top, I'm
which is
guessing.
only a couple miles from there, and it was a really nice day. Next place where I love to go for vacation is actually within our country, within the Czech Republic, only 2 hours away, and it is the other large city, which is called Brno. If you tell someone, we're going to the Czech Republic, they will immediately know you're going to Prague, because everyone will tell you, go to Prague. Well, I'm a guide, an honest guide, born and raised here in Prague, and I'm gonna tell you, go to Brno. Couple of reasons. There are no tourist traps. There is no mass tourism. There are no drunk stag parties. You can walk to any place and have a good time. It is beautiful. Yeah, maybe they don't have the bridge and the castle, but who cares when you're sitting at a great place enjoying a great meal with your great friends from Brno. You're gonna have a better time in terms of exploring local stuff in the Czech Republic in Brno than in Prague. Sorry, hate to be honest
Okay,
about this
interesting.
one,
I guess it's
but
just
it is.
not as popular or not as
Less
touristy.
tourist and still get, I guess,
Hmm.
the same sort of feeling about Czech Republic, the food, the locals, a bit of the culture, maybe something
I
to
guess
consider.
you're probably going to get more of the culture because if it is a more of a local
A lot more
town
locals
rather than,
around
you
and
know,
filled with tourists.
exactly. I think so. You're going to get a bit more of the authentic Czech.
Yeah,
So that's an
that's
interesting one.
good. Good to remember that one.
Bruno.
Bruno.
Yeah, it's got the like
Bruno. Yes.
Bruno. I can't do it.
You sound like you're saying Bruno.
Bruno. I'm going to Bruno.
We'll keep that one in mind.
Yeah. Interesting.
Next up is not a specific place, but actually an entire city that people usually associate with winter sports, and they go there to ski or snowboard, but I think you should go there to experience the city, and it's the city of Innsbruck. Innsbruck, Austria was discovered to me by my friend Vilda, who was on studies there. And he told me, look, come over and experience the city. I'm like, what do you mean experience the city? There's only ski slopes. Well, I was dead wrong. The city is full of tourists.
Oh, wow.
It's very vibrant. There's many pubs, bars, coffee places, restaurants. And on top of that, you're surrounded by the most beautiful mountains.
Mountains.
Innsbruck is
Nice.
quite compact, so you can easily
Oh, that looks
discover the
lovely.
entire city. But I will give you 2 tips or 2 must-sees in the city. Number 1 is Grasmeyer's bell factory, where we actually casted, or he casted a bell that we bought for Prague through you, our viewers. So you can go
really
through
cool.
the museum.
Ah.
It's a cool experience. And the second place you shouldn't miss is the Bergisel ski jump, where there is a coffee place. So you can actually go to the top, have a coffee, and enjoy
Imagine.
the It
It's
is
a graveyard drive by the
now, I
ski.
promised you that
That's where
I'd
you
pick
land.
10 places, but I only got 7. So for the next 3, here's Honza.
The places I want to share with you are those where either I went back again because it was so amazing, or if I know my friends are traveling, I want to give them these recommendations.
Oh,
so
where's
here are
that
3 of
one?
mine.
Oh,
And the
it
first
looks
one,
really nice.
I have no
Look
idea
like Canada.
how to say that, so bear with me. Gatstel.
I'm here to help.
Gastel.
Gatslegulitskatkautjodjenien.
Přesně tak. Gatsekodonien. I'm
Oh my God.
truly sorry to all the viewers who know how to speak Spanish. I don't, clearly. Apparently, there's an
That looks
English
awesome.
translation, Dragonstone, and that's only because this place has been in the Game of Thrones series, which I haven't seen. But the place itself is amazing.
So
It's a
That's where
piece
they
of rock,
filmed
basically,
part of-
covered
That's
with
where it's the island
with a
of
stone
Dragonstone,
bridge
isn't it?
in
Yeah.
the ocean. And we found it by accident when we were traveling with my wife, and we were waiting for better way.
I think that in Game of Thrones, just going a little bit off topic, but I think that's the place where they find the Dragonstone.
To do the
that kills-
weapons and yes,
the
the White Walkers.
I
Yeah.
think that's where it
Spoiler
is.
alert.
Oh yeah.
Or if you haven't seen it already,
Yeah, yeah.
sorry, it's
Yes.
been
I don't think it
years
matters
since
at this
it's
point.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waves to go surfing in Baguio in Spain, and suddenly we saw this
That's
on
awesome,
Google Maps. Because of Game of Thrones,
That
you
looks
need
really
to have
cool.
reservation to get there. The entrance is for free, so don't worry. And we didn't have the reservation. The lady was kind enough to tell us that she's leaving at 5, whatever that was supposed to mean. Like, yeah, you can enter after
Come
that.
back
So
after
we did.
5.
And we had the blast. On the top of the rock, there's a little chapel where if you go there, there's a bell. You should ring it 3 times to be extremely lucky till the end of your lives. Well, we didn't do it. Hopefully,
Aw.
we'll manage somehow. And yeah, this place is truly amazing. And
That
it's
looks really
also
That looks really
close
cool.
to Bilbao, which is a fascinating
Ah.
city with the Guggenheim Museum. So if you ever have a chance to get there, definitely.
That looks
spend a few
insane,
minutes
that
Where was
building.
this?
to
Bilbao.
this Gastele-
Yeah, where- in
Yeah,
what- is it
Spain.
in
you
Spain?
see it
Yeah.
on screen. What a- Let's continue with the places I have no idea how to say out loud. So, Jökulsárlón. Well, maybe I did. Who knows? Well, this is a place on Iceland.
Oh.
It's a glacier lake, which is just fascinating. It's out of this planet, truly. And right
Looks
next to
really
it is a place called Diamond
picturesque, doesn't it?
Beach,
Yeah.
where you have black
They
sand
do look like
and
diamonds.
pieces of ice on it, and the views are just breathtaking. I've been there in 2014. I came back in 2017. Absolutely loved it. If you can, try to go there for the sunrise or the sunset. which in the winter is not that hard because the sun rises around 9 a.m. So even if you
Oh,
like
that's
to sleep,
manageable. We can do that.
you'll be fine. The last place on my list is in Italy,
Oh,
and that's in
wow.
Dolomites, which just by itself is a fantastic place. I totally understand why it's in UNESCO.
Yeah, but we're never
And
going to get
if
up
there's
there,
just
are we?
one
No.
hike I should recommend, or if I could recommend to anyone, even Yannick could, do it. It's to Lago di
So this is
Serapis.
where this
It's
one
a
Ah, that's
blue
interesting.
lake lagoon at the end. But
That
the
looks
views,
like
you
that
get the
national
views
park in
throughout the
Canada,
whole
doesn't
hike,
it?
which is something that's not very common. Sometimes you go through the woods, you don't see anything, and
That
at
looks
the end,
really good.
boom. But now
Oh.
here you have it, the full hike, which isn't
That's
that hard, but
amazing.
it's also like at the end you feel like, yeah, I accomplished something, so I can have my pizza. Which you're in Italy. Pizza is the best
Did he
thing
say
ever.
how
So,
much of a
yeah,
hike it is?
if there's just one
I
hike
didn't
in
hear that
Italy
bit,
you
no.
should do,
Yeah.
then it's definitely Lago di Serapis.
That's amazing.
This was 10 places you
look
shouldn't
into.
miss in Europe.
Yeah.
But guys, this was one of the hardest episodes we ever had to make because create the list of only 10 places. Come on, Europe is amazing. We forgot Isle of Skye. There are tons
Yeah.
of places we would love to mention. So if you liked this kind of episode, let us know in the comments and we will be happy to make more videos like these, especially in the winter when the sun won't be shining like this. So it will be much easier to stay in a coffee place and do like a talking episode. This was Yannick. Oh no, this was Yannick. This is Honza. And we will see you next week. And I will
Cool.
be hopefully just behind the camera again. Bye guys. And in
He forgot his name for a minute. That was
That's
cute.
So,
Really
I think,
interesting.
first of all,
Nothing.
the video was incredible.
Yes,
I think
really
just
good.
their skills.
Their way they
There's a lot to
do
learn
it.
from them.
Yeah,
But
really
the
good.
video itself and the content was also really, really interesting. There's definitely a lot. Well, I think most of them. In fact,
Nothing that
I've
I
never
expected
really
or-
heard of. In
Yeah.
honesty. Yeah, and they all look.
It's
pretty
interesting to see
fantastic.
other
Well,
people's
aside from London,
lists.
we know about London.
Yeah, obviously, and that Banat in Romania, which is obviously where I'm from. But really interesting list. Yeah, definitely not like definitely hidden little gems.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's some
really
unusual ones
cool.
in there.
Yeah, and some takeaways from us, like the Czech Republic
Rudo.
situation with
Excuse me.
the alternative to Prague. That
Right.
would be an interesting one to consider because
Yeah.
Prague is a place where we would both like to go. You actually be heading that
I'm
way.
heading to Prague in May this year.
In May,
for a
yeah.
stag do, so probably one of the people they dislike visiting, but
Yeah,
hey-ho, I probably
you're
won't-
one of the ones on the list that they say they want to get away from.
I won't remember it. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah,
there
no,
was
that was
some
really
lovely
good.
places, wasn't there?
Lovely video by the guys at Honest Guide. If you want to check out, we'll add the full link to the video in the description box below. And yeah,
Don't forget to like and subscribe to support our channel. Every little bit helps. We really appreciate it, so please do.
Yeah.
And
we'll see you in the next one.
hopefully with YouTube Premium. How about that?
Bye.
Bye.